Welcome to the series of new episodes of Putting Dr. G on the Spot. And this week, we're going to talk about fluid in the sac, and we're going to talk about why would there be accumulation of water in the scrotal sac. In fact, there are two reasons why men might have swelling in the testicle that actually is cause of accumulation of fluid. One of them is called hydrocele. The second one is called epididymal cyst. Epididymis is where the sperms actually mature. It's on the outer rim of the actual testicle itself, and sometimes, for whatever reason, the fluid might accumulate in this structure and causing something called epididymal cyst. In fact, most of the time, you can't really tell the difference between hydrocele and epididymal cyst unless an ultrasound scan is done. The testicle itself actually has a surrounding of the fluid in order for it to move quite freely. And that sac itself actually is not really so accumulated with fluid until if, let's say, there's an infection or the hernia site gets to open up, and then it might cause accumulation of fluid, and that is called hydrocele. Most of the time, the hydrocele itself is mildly enlarged and then doesn't cause any problem, but sometimes it can be colossally enlarged and will require an operation. There are two types of operation. One is an aspiration, which means that a needle putting in and aspirate it out. The second time is actually called an eversion or hydrocele repair. During this operation, we actually open up the scrotal skin, and the sac that actually protects the testicle is being everted, and that will prevent the fluid from accumulating. For the second group of people who actually have got the epididymal cyst, sometimes you just might require a small operation to enucleate the cyst and will get rid of the cyst altogether. The reality is that when the cyst is quite small, it doesn't cause any impairment of sexual function. But it is quite big, it gets in the way, and some men just find it very difficult when they have sexual intercourse. For the following week, rather than talking about accumulation of fluid, I would like to talk about dilations or actual abnormal dilations of vein inside the testicle. It's a condition called varicocele. Most of the time, it doesn't cause any problem. However, if it gets enlarged, it will cause these dragging sensations. Stay tuned if you are interested in finding out more about varicocele in Putting Dr. G on the Spot.